Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone had a fantastic day yesterday. We had some really great returns that yesterday morning, not only for us, but also for you guys. I think they were probably one of the better days return-wise that we got feedback from you. So thanks so much for that feedback and interaction and awesome stuff. Great job and make some fantastic trades. And as you received the email last night or yesterday afternoon, the seminar event is now live to register. We have extremely limited seating, and in fact, we're almost filled up. So, and that only, took just from last night. So, if you guys are, intending to sign up, there's a few seats left. Head on over to the micromomenttrading.com and go ahead and just sign up on there, and you can reserve your seat. And we'd love to see you there. We'd love to interact with you guys, be able to meet you guys in person. And it's our inaugural event, so we're doing a little extra. We're not only doing the seminar, but we're actually, putting together a dinner and a little cocktail party as well. So it'd be a great night. And if you haven't signed up already, please do so at micromomenttrading.com, because we don't have much seats left. So people are really enthused about this. So, but I'm gonna give it over to Joe, and he got some announcements.
Okay, great. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, you can also sign up off of that email that you got yesterday announcing the seminar, and that dinner is going to be at my favorite restaurant down here on the square, and it's only within walking. It's a half block away from the hotel. There's all kinds of hotels around that site, within a half block besides that hotel, and it's a really historic hotel. It's where Warren Buffett finalized the closing when he bought all the railroads around here, and beautiful place, and really neat. But you don't need a car when you come here. We have a little bus that runs completely around downtown. It's free, called Molly the Trolley, and from one end to the other. And so it's a real gorgeous place, and you certainly don't need a car. So, okay, listen, if you have not done this, you need to do it. I say this every single day, because we have new people every single day. If you've not done this, you need to do it. You need to send an email for attention officer, and it needs to be support@micromomenttrading.com. Support@micromomenttrading.com. Make sure that email has your name and your cell phone number, because Tony and Michael will they will break between 9:30 and 9:45. We call that the first session. Many times they come back for a second session around noon or so Central Time, and they really rack up some big returns, and you'll be notified before they come back, so you don't have to sit there all day. However, this this GoToWebinar page will stay on here all day, and they will remove the chart. You'll see a big blank square, and there's nothing wrong. But if they come back, then that it says micro moment. If they come back, then that chart's going to appear back up again. You need to do that. Let's see if there's anything else. We had a great day yesterday, 31.94% over 8 trades. Actually, 2 of those trades were losses, one for 1.9%, one for 1.04%. Micah had a killer of 11.39% on an Apple, and then he went to sleep. And Tony had to do all the rest of them with QQQs. I don't know what happened to Micah. He just does that. So it was a good day. The day before closed at 26.81 over 8 trades. Seemed like we pretty much were running 8 trades, 6 to 7 to 8 trades. Monday was 19.54, which was unusual for Monday. Monday's usually a really crummy day. And so we got 19.54%, about equal Apple, equal QQs, and but Tuesday was equal Apple, equal QQs, and then Wednesday was a lot of Qs, but one huge return. He made as much on that one return as it took 3 or 4 of these Qs to make. So, yeah, if you can, try to sign up for the seminar this morning, because I think the price on it goes up about 1 o'clock Central Time today. It's in that information that was sent to you. Okay, Tony, let's get her going.
All right, sounds good. We're gonna go ahead and prep the 189.5 strike put here.
I'm gonna prep the 217.50 on Apple.
The Dow's up 13.56, S&P's down 3.10, and NASDAQ's up 18.76.
Good stuff.
We were able to enter there. Had to adjust down, but finally filled at 87 cents. Maybe bouncing back up. Yeah, let's hop right back out at 80. Oh no, it's moving down. Let's try to get 88 out of it. Just back to 87, and yeah, so I tried to fill it about 83 and miss it, and then finally filled at 87, and then it started turning around. So
What did you buy it for?
Yeah.
What did you buy it for?
Oh no, actually, sorry, I filled it at 86, so 2 cents there.
Just as
Or
profit.
1 cent, yeah.
Oh, great.
86 to 87.
You paid 87, right?
Yeah, we were able to hop in there a few seconds ago. Sorry, I didn't really communicate that as fast, but we filled way back at 96 cents, and we set us on a close for $1.02, and we just filled at $1.02. My microphone was muted, so but we had
6.3%. That's great.
Yep, it was good. Good trade. I thought we missed the boat here, but we got in right after this reset, and we started prepping, and then we got in down here somewhere, and got that 6 cents. So it's all the way up to $1.06 now, $1.07. So great movement here already for the start of the morning. It's fantastic.
Hey, Michael, tell me again what you paid for the Apple.
80 in at 86, out at 87.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Was the final. Yeah, lots of adjustments and changes. So
Hey, still positive. 1.1%.
yeah. It's the 94 now, so kind of missed
Yeah,
that a little bit. Wow, 98 instantly. Yeah, really strange option movement with there's $1.
We're going to re-prep the 189 strike put here, and let's just go ahead and enter. Filled there at 94 cents. Let's see if it, and let's go ahead and pull the trigger on this. Go ahead and get out of this on here. Filled back at 92 cents. So we lost 2 cents there. As soon as we got in and decided to turn around, now it's deciding to go back to where we thought it was. But 2 cent loss there, Joe.
I got it. Thanks.
Well, we have volatility, which is more than we can save for the week, so that's nice.
Yeah.
We'll enjoy that. We just got to be careful about the reversals, guys.
Yeah, you hadn't had this many trades in this short. We're only a few minutes into the market in a long time.
Yeah, we're 7 minutes in, and we're already at 2 million. So that's a really good results there, volume wise. Now, we prepped our put at around 87, 88 cents. and we finally pulled the trigger at 95 cents to go ahead and get into the trade. So we gave up 7 cents and we got out at $1.02, and the price went all the way up to $1.18. So this is a huge move.
Was that your first trade?
Yeah, my first trade, 95 to
Yeah.
96. Sorry,
Yeah,
$2.
exactly. Yeah, that was 6.25. Then we have the Apple at 1.12 plus, and we have the QQ negative 2.13. So sure had them all here.
So
And you guys are already trading too. Sam got into Triple Q at 88 and out at 9.92 cents for 4.5%.
Fantastic.
And Tim did 8 cents on the Q put.
Fantastic.
that's really good, guys.
Remember,
Huge.
Deshaun yesterday did that, 13% on that SPY or something like that? Huge.
Yep.
He's had some big trades. He's had that, plus I think he had a 10% the other day, an 8%.
Yeah. Yeah, he usually pulls pretty big ones. He does, one day he had 12 and 2 5s and all sorts of stuff. He's doing awesome.
Yeah, that was that last move that we made our trades on was about a 70-cent move. So that was significant for the morning. Yeah, huge move there, guys. So good volume already. It's kind of slowed down here the last couple minutes, but we're at like 2.2 right now. Again, our threshold mark is about 2.5 to 3 million the first 10 minutes. Let's prep the 189 strike put again.
Yeah, we're at the same strike on Apple's wall.
Yeah, we went ahead and entered there, filled at 93 cents. Sitting now at 98 cents. Wow, $1. Let's set us up a close for $1.03 and get out. And filled right there at $1.03.
10 cents, fantastic.
That was a
10.75.
Yeah. So we prepped that at around 90 cents, and we're just watching it. E2 and E3 are just pushing down super hard. Got some significant range on E3 here. That just shows you the power behind the move, or the volume, we should say. And the E2's got some good range for being E2. You can still see some black in between the blue and red lines, so that's fantastic. And E1 just keeps breaking down and breaking down there, and then just kind of bouncing off the bottom. So we're putting in when we get into our trades, we have a very small target. We only want 4 or 5 cents, but our 4 or 5 cents is if we're at the dollar mark, that's 4 or 5% in just a couple minutes. So that's always our target. It's just the 4 or 5 cent range, small wins. Go ahead and pull it and get out. And we've been able to do that this morning so far. It's been fantastic. We've gotten more than that. We've got one was 6 cents. We got another one for 10 cents. So good stuff.
Hey, I've already sent out a link to today's podcast, 10 o'clock Central. I sent out the link to the people that subscribe to the Twitter accounts, 2 different accounts. And as soon as we get through here, the Macro Moment Trading News email will go out, and it will have the link that they hit to sign up to go to the podcast today also. Also, if you can, send in to me, Joseph, at macromoment.com. Excuse me, macromomenttrading.com. I can't get used to it. What you do today, so we can publish those returns. And we still want you to tell us. Help me and use the questions every day also.
A really interesting movement here on Apple. You see the intense flare of E1, and the tick pushed up about 10 cents and then stopped, and it's at the same level right now as that last little high. So we have a super sharp turn up. Volume is still coming in pretty substantially well. It slowed down a little bit, but not this much. So this looks like a big old reset on E1. So we're going to keep a very close eye on that put.
Yep.
These Bollinger Bands open up again. Then we'll probably have some nice move down.
Yeah, Dow's turned negative. It's down negative 27.42. S&P's negative 7.57. NASDAQ's went 36.68.
Yeah, we're keeping an eye out on a reversal here. That was a huge loss that Q took this morning. We're looking at 45. Well, actually, go here. There we go. Yeah, 90, and this is now at $1.02, or I mean 02. So that's almost $1 that it's gone down this morning. So that's significant. So we're gonna go ahead and prep a call, like we talked about yesterday. We're gonna prep the opposite of what just occurred, especially when it just happened like this. And we're gonna wait for that call to come, that call position to come to us, and we might get it here pretty soon. So.
Yeah, we'll see if Apple's still able to make this move down with Q pushing up. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, we'll see if this has any significant.
All right, I was able to fill there last second, 88 cents. I was on top of it, and then set a sell to close immediately for 90.
Just now?
No, here we go. Boom. That filled just now at 90.
You bought it at 90?
No, I bought it at 88 cents.
Oh, okay.
So it pushed down to 90. I set the sell to close, but it pulled back. I missed it. And then it pushed again and hit 90.
Hey, you still make 2.27.
Quick 2 cents, yeah. Yeah, well, I wasn't going for the full 4 because of the strength of Q right now, but we had that E1 turn down. And like we said, that push just did not gain any ground. So,
Are you in that QQQ prep?
Nope, still got it prepped. We're waiting for a little bit closer range on E2 and E3 here.
Tim got another 8 cents on Q right after his first one, just 2 back-to-back 8-cent puts. Ed, woohoo, 9 cents and 2 trades on Q. And then David, 4-cent gain on SPY pushdown. It's funny, David was making 2-cent trades every time, 2 cents here, 2 cents there, and then one day it was 3, and he was just making 3 here, 3 there, still saying he was learning and didn't know what he was doing, and he was a new guy and a beginner, and now it's 4. He did 4 yesterday, I think 4 the day before, but that's awesome, David.
Is Tim the one that goes to coffee shortly after he trades?
No, that's Sam. He did 88 to 92 today. So he's here and killing it as usual. And then Gene got 4 cents on the Apple put. I was trying to get out for 1 cent and got a very generous fill. It spiked down just as I submitted the sell to close. Yeah. Yep, man, that happens. That's also why you can't use market orders, because you never get anything like that on market. Got a half eye on this put here. See if we have one more shot at this puppy. I am nervous about the strength of Q, but we still got some space on E3.
By the way, Martha, our golden pole possible winner for the bar, is going to be similar.
What's that?
Martha, our golden pole candidate for the bar, is going to be coming to the seminar.
Oh, nice. It'd be great to see Martha.
Yeah, looks like that put's about done, but these Bollinger Bands are just parallel, so I hope it doesn't just start consolidating. I was excited for a real trading day. It's gonna be crazy. Um, Martha, speaking of which, or did you read this, Tony?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay, she got 82 to 90. 82 cents to 90 cents. That's killer. Good work, Martha.
Really good.
David just gave it back, entered the reversal, and it turned on me. Fair. It happens, man. But the progress is clear, so don't let that get to you. Martha says, really looking forward to meeting you guys. Used to trade covered calls with Joe and Aaron.
Yep.
That's good stuff.
Awesome.
So we're keeping an eye out on this call here. We're bound to get a reversal from this morning. Just keep towing the line here until something happens. It's hitting that. So what's happening here? The tick is hitting at the last resistance point to getting the breakthrough that we're looking for. It keeps bouncing off of that top Bollinger Band, and it's just kind of bouncing between that resistance point and the support line of M1. So that's why we're kind of in at an impasse right now, and whether we're going to pull the call. But the call that I prepped was a 189 strike, sitting at 98 cents right now. So we're going to keep an eye out on this. E2 and E3 are shrinking the range in between the gaps there, and it's getting closer to a higher bias of that call position that we're looking for. So we're going to wait for that, and then we'll pull the trigger and hopefully get a good result out of it.
Yeah, we're to the point. To the point on Apple where we really could head either direction. The put's pretty exhausted, and the call is. I mean, eventually we'll head up into a call, but there's still some room down. So it just depends on which way we break out to. Just got to wait it out a little bit here.
And we know, guys, that we know that what's the second law of thermodynamics or something like that? There's a opposite force that's going to occur when a current force is pressing on you or something like that. And
that's Area 51. That's Area 51 stuff.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's the same thing with stocks. If it pushes down this strongly, we're bound to have a reversal at some point. So, and we keep seeing the tick trying to break through here, and we're waiting for that call to give us a little bit of a rebound from this morning.
Might have a opening up to the downside. Our put's pretty exhausted though. I don't know. We'll go ahead and prep it just in case anything big happens, but I'm not super inclined to jump in because it could really not push that much.
Yep. Well, I'm seeing a push down here again. Jeez. So we're gonna prep the 189 strike put.
The Dow has gone red.
And we're going to cancel that call. Never really hit it for us. And
see what it does at 219 here, and then it's at the low of the day. It bounced really hard last time it was here. So we'll see.
yeah, the volume has kind of slowed down the last 15, 20 minutes or so, and we're seeing that in the price here. Look at the width of the Bollinger Band and compared to what it was earlier. A lot more narrow, a little less volume. Still pretty decent volume, but still significantly less. And let's go ahead and get filled there. Filled at 98 cents finally. Sitting at $1.03. Let's set something close for $1.04. And go ahead and get out of this trade. And there we go. Filled at $1.04.
Okay, hey, I want to tell you something. I've always been suspicious of you guys. How long you're in these transactions? With my marvelous little watch here, it's got the timer on it, stopwatch. You were only in that trade. The time you said I filled that QQ, not the time you prepped it, the time you said it filled, okay? The time you put on the sell was only like 10, 11, 12, 13 seconds.
Yeah, that was a quick one. We got in that real quick and then turned around and got it filled at $1.04. So yeah.
So we made 6 cents on there.
Yeah. Yep. Those are the good trades. Those are the ones that we entered wisely. Yep. Some of them, occur, take a minute or minute and a half, whatever. And some they last 10, 15, 20 seconds. So good stuff. So like we say, guys, if you're using that bracket order practice strategy that we've mentioned before, if you're entering a trade and it's breaking the 4 or 5 minute mark, it's a little too long, or you're entering just a little too early, and therefore you're opening yourself up for more of a gamble, more of a speculation at that point. So like that last trade, we were only in it for like 20 seconds or so, and we were able to get 6 cents. So we're like I said, just cherry picking off of these big momentum shifts. Usually when the tick breaks outside the Bollinger Band.
That was only 13 seconds.
Yeah, so 13 seconds of that one. So that was really fast. The ones before that were a little slower, but you know, I like to give at least a 2 or 3 minute window for these trades because you know not every trade's going to be 15 seconds, guys. You know, like we said, I had some yesterday that we were at a minute and a half to 2 minutes. So I don't want there to be a some sort of understanding that these trades have to last, you know, 10, 15 seconds, 20 seconds. That's not the case. So 2-3 minutes is about tops. If you're in that range, you're making some good trades. So the faster you can get, the better you're getting at understanding when to enter. And that was just good. That was a huge push there. And we entered right around this point, right when the tick started breaking through the last resistance point of the lower Bollinger Band. And as soon as we got filled, it immediately hiked up all the way to $1.03, $1.04, and we got out. So
Hey, we're exactly 30 minutes into the market, and we're 24.38%. That doggone good today.
yeah.
6 trades.
David made 9 cents on SPY. Good work, David. Melissa, thrilled to see the seminar is happening. My hubby and I are hosting a live event the very next day for 250 people. Please tell me there will be another one. Woohoo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we will have plenty, Melissa. Get everyone taken care of. And congrats on your event. You'll have a bigger crowd than we do, so good luck on your speaking if you do. And
I was talking with Tony earlier before we went live here, and on our which we still do, the 2-day covered call seminars, and when we do them in Chicago and LA and Dallas, we'd have, you know, a couple hundred people, 300 people, and you know, we're keeping this one purposely small. It's the very first one, and we just want to make sure we got all the materials right and everything goes right.
Yep. I'm going to read this last one here, Mike. David says he's using the bracket strategy, and he's had 3 trades so far. David has, and his trade times are 4 seconds, 40 seconds, and 1 minute and 13 seconds. And I'm hoping that these are all positives. You said just previously that it was a 9-cent gain there, David, and you've been using the bracket order, and it's been helping. So that's fantastic. That's good stuff. It's a great way to really understand the principles of the strategy easier, because you already have a predetermined risk factors are set. Your stop loss is already set at, you know, 4, 5, 6 cents, whatever. So that's how much you're willing to lose in order to get this good trade, in order to get this profit. And of course, your profit target is set as well at 4 or 5 cents. So, you know, you're pretty much protected from just, you know, draining your account, and you can enter trades at different times and see how long, you know, how long it takes you to get filled on the profit side or the stop side. I mean, most of the time it should be on the profit side, but yeah, it's good. It's great, David, that you've been seeing some really good success from that. It's good stuff.
And you just got another 4-cent gain.
Oh wow, nice.
Yep.
Nice. That's good stuff. Landon said just did 4 cents on the Q call, 4.3% gain. Awesome stuff, Landon. I mean, guys, these 4 and 3% are huge. I mean, if you're able to get 3 cents in a minute and a half, or 3%, sorry, 3%, 4% in a minute and a half, I mean, that's remarkable. And we can do this multiple times a day. That's going to lead to, let's just say you made 3 trades a day and your net profit was 10%. That's 40%, that's 50% return for the week on the amount you've invested. And so that's just awesome. And we're thrilled to see all of these results and stuff like that. So, David, again, 4-cent gain with the 4-second trade. Nice. Lannon, that was 16 seconds. Awesome stuff, Lannon.
It's funny the exclamation points, because I know what you're feeling, Landon. It's like you get in, you get out, you're like, oh, sweet, that was a good trade. And then it's like time slowed down a little bit. And you look at your timestamps and you're like, wait, what? I was in that for how long?
Yeah.
So I get the exclamation points, Landon. I feel you.
Yeah, I don't know of any strategy that's out there that you can have this, such short-term success with being protected so easily. So the shorter we're in the trades, the more protection we have. We're going to prep the 189 strike call here, and we went ahead and entered there. See what happens. It filled at 99 cents a few seconds ago, finally, and $1.04 now. Let's set it for $1.05 and go ahead and get on out again. And we are filled at. It's sitting at $1.05, but it's not letting me get the fill yet. So $1.06. All right, there we go. Filled at $1.05. Good stuff.
And you got into it for 99?
Yep.
So 6 cents. Great.
Up to $1.08 now.
6.1%, 10%. Let me tell you something. On that thing a while ago, when you said, you gave those returns 50% a week, let's say, which we know is entirely possible because a lot of times y'all do that in a day, right? You know that old thing, I've got about 6% a week, and then 24 months, 2 years, and it goes into $2,000, grows over 8%. Well, if you got on that $2,000, 50% per week, let me read the number. It's 4, 116, 431, 922, 544, 054, 0.00.
What was it, like 4 trillion?
It's a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, so guys, let's take a look back at this last trade. So what we were waiting for this whole time. What did we say just a few seconds ago? We said, for every reaction, there's an opposite reaction. Okay. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. Sorry. And so huge push down this morning. And so we were just from, previous market knowledge, we were bound for another kind of a reset, or we were anticipating another, a little bit of reversal, maybe not to the extent as this huge downward loss here that we experienced, earlier this morning, but we were waiting for a little bit of a reversal. So we prepped our call. Way back here, actually, we canceled it, and then we made a quick put trade. We then re-prepped the call trade, and we made a really solid call trade here. And what we saw, E2 finally overlapping, is actually breaking up slightly past blue. And as well, we're seeing E3 doing the same. These are all representing larger time periods than E1. So what that's telling us is that, the bias and the tendency for a call position is increasing significantly into the future 30 minutes or so, the future 30 minutes. I'm just using a generic time period, but the gist is with E2 and E3, they're longer time periods. It's showing us that, look, in the next 30 minutes, this is the tendency. This is the bias. And so we saw that, and then E1, we're already seeing that's a shorter time period that we're looking at for momentum, and red was clearly above blue, and we just kind of waited for the tick to break past that last resistance point of the top Bollinger Band, and then that's when we made our trade, and we got an easy 6 cents. That took about 48 seconds. So that's
The
it.
last trade you did was 30 seconds, by the way.
30 seconds? Gotcha. So, but good stuff, though, guys.
So we're in an interesting spot on Apple, guys, and I have to find a long-term solution because I'm just not sure exactly how to go about it, because we end up in this spot a lot. On Apple, we're at the 220 call is at 120, which is substantially above where we like to pay, and then the 225 is at 35, which is substantially below where we like to play. So I'm looking at the October 4th. The 225, it's moving decently. It's at 97 cents, perfect. You know, but you're gonna have a lot slower volatility. It's not gonna move as much and fill as quickly, have as much volume. So I'm not sure the long-term solution, but for now, the call we're gonna have to look at is the 222. The 225 on next week's. On the put, we'll still be on this week's expiration, but the call on Apple is going to be that. And we see on IWM, Triple Q, all ETFs really, like if you go to IWM, the strikes they're a lot more bite-sized increments. You got, I'll just read up the call side. You got 26 cents, then 42, 63, 90, then it goes to $1.20, and then $1.50. You know, there's every level. Same on Q. You got this nice upbreak. You got 16 cents, 27, 43, 64, 89, 120, 150. So there's always a place to play it. But Apple, we're getting stuck a lot more often with these huge gaps in between the strike prices. So whether the answer is to use next week's more or, you know, start taking a harder look at IWM, see if that's worth our time. I'm not sure exactly, but just so you guys are aware of my headspace on it.
This is from Lannon. Micah, your comment yesterday that the potential loss was relatively small if you were willing to get out of a reversal really quick. Super helpful. Thanks. The mental game is huge.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
absolutely. I mean, it's true, right? And that's the hardest part about trading. That's why people let losses ride, to be honest, because you technically, right, because it can always come back, bullshit, like you haven't lost the money until you click the button to exit. So it feels that like it's such a self-inflicted, like, giving away your money, because until you click that button, you feel like you haven't lost it yet. You got to get that out of your head, and it's so difficult. If you see a negative number, you've lost it. That is actively lost. There's nothing else to it. And I really thought about it a long time in a losing streak I had a couple years ago, and I figured out that that's what it was. I couldn't press the exit button because I didn't feel like I had lost until I pressed the exit button. So yeah, if you're willing to realize that any red number on that position screen is already lost, then you can get out right away and never really have to worry about any sort of sizable loss. And then your risk is just gone.
You got a lot of weird trading things here, you know, kind of weird in your head stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good it's a good mental aspect. That's why I like to use the bracket order training strategy. And because once you get used to setting your losses, you're willing to lose 6 cents. Okay, and you're seeing that. You're setting that in your bracket order. I'm willing to lose 6 cents in order for me to get this 4-cent gain. And so understanding your risk factors and your profit targets before you make a trade is very, very essential to creating an emotionalist mental or strategy, because you have the physical strategy, the chart strategy here, but you also need a mental strategy. And so the mental strategy, what this bracket order helps you visualize what you're willing to lose, and you're actually having to input it into a computer system and say, hey, you're pretty much telling someone, hey, I'm willing to lose 6 cents on it, but I think I'll hit the 4 cents before I lose the 6 cents or 4 cents or 3 cents, whatever it is. But that's why it's such a great training, a training strategy, because I'm saying training. I hope everyone understands that, not trading. Strategy, because you're visualizing for yourself your risk factor and your profit targets, and once you get into that routine of constantly, preparing the risk factor and preparing the profit target, boom, 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 you'll become emotionalist to it. Be like, look, I'm willing to lose, $500 on this trade. But at the same time, I know that if I'm entering correctly, I will more than likely gain 4 cents on this trade, and I'll have $400 instead of losing 500. Okay, so that's why it's another great aspect to really use this bracket order strategy around our trading strategy. And once you get good at it, you won't even, you need to use a bracket order, because you'll just be creating your sell to closes and just immediately getting out as fast as possible. So
I'm gonna re-prep our put at the 217.50.
David asks, what's your logic on the 6 cents loss stop or stop loss versus say 4 or 5? Yeah, I mean, you can use whatever, but the number is subjective and relative to whatever you want. I'm not going to give you any specific numbers, because you guys need to determine for yourselves what kind of risk you want to involve. But just experiment with 3 cents, 4 cents, 2 cents, 6 cents, whatever. But get into the routine of creating how much risk you're able to take on before you make a trade, and get in the routine of creating a profit target before you get into a trade or as you're getting into a trade. And that just draws out a lot of the emotion behind trading. And because you're able to visualize it, and you're actually putting actions into what your brain is thinking. Because what happens is, you get into this scenario where you're already in the whole 4 cents, but you're still questioning whether it's going to turn around or not. That needs to be there needs to be a habitual routine where you hit a certain point, whatever your risk factor is, that you immediately pull the trigger and you immediately pull out of that trade.
Hey, Micah, I'm sorry. I thought you had weird concepts.
This is a good concept. But
I love it.
Yeah, and so it helps you get into this mental preparedness for creating risk factor blocks, I guess you could say. And then it's like riding a bicycle. You start with the training wheels. You start with this bracket order. Then once you get good at it, you take the training wheels off you don't even need the bracket order anymore. You just start trading with nothing, and you've already prepared in your mind how much risk you're able to lose, how much profit target you're willing to take, how much profit you're willing to take. So it's a great strategy, and if you're not using it, if you're still struggling with this strategy, this just trading strategy, this micro moment trading strategy, start inputting this. Put the training wheels back on, put the bracket order into play, and see how you do. So there's a lot of things you can tell with the bracket, because you're able to monitor your trade times, you're able to monitor your risk factor, your profit target, everything. So really sets you up for some good success in the long run if you're able to effectively use this technique. So some of you say, I'm not going to read them all, but some of you are replying, David, Martha, Melissa, all that stuff, are all responding to the bracket order strategy. So that's good stuff. Martha asks, could you explain the bracket order? So bracket order pretty much is you're setting a stop loss as well as a profit target, and you're just setting that before you enter a trade. So it's like you're building a wall around your entry point. And
hey guys, it's about 9:20. We're gonna need to kind of wrap it up.
Yeah, so that's it. But that's all I wanted to talk about today, guys. No, it's not a running stop. It's a set profit. It's a set stop loss. It's not moving with the price. And so we can go into that a little bit later, but we got to get onto a podcast here. And
yeah, we're up 30.48% today. That's great.
Yeah, so please join us on YouTube, Micro Moment Trading page. Our live podcast is on there every Thursday, and feel free to join us and ask questions, and we will respond as many as we can to that. And but a good day though from a lot of you guys.
Yep.
Multiple people, chiming in and sending us feedback about how good a trades you guys got, and that's fantastic. So we'll hope to see you on the other side here of the podcast. Other than that, you guys got anything else?
Nope.
Good for me.
Micah, you good? All right. Good stuff.
See y'all later.
All right. See you guys.